Some manufacturers like to be subtle. They like their cars to blend into the landscape, to do the job they're asked to do and not scream and shout about it. Take my everyday driver. Volvo V70 does exactly what you ask it to, doesn't scream and shout, doesn't stand out from the crowd. Then you get this supercar faction that have to stand out from the crowd. And then of course you get Honda. The Type-Rs have never been subtle, and with each generation the Civic Type-R gets a bit less subtle. But that's not a bad thing. Look at it. Look at these lines. Look at the sharp edges. Yeah. Look at the ultra low profile tyres. This is a car that's telling you it goes. It's also a car that's telling you it sticks to the tarmac. It's got a wing, circa early Ford Cosworths or Porsche turbos. But the wing does its job very well. It's here for a reason. All of these vents are here for a reason. Air comes in here, past the wheel, out here. It all helps it grip to the road. But subtle isn't something this thing does. And you wouldn't expect it to. It's the fastest front-wheel drive car around the Nürburgring. So you expect it to be able to scream and shout about that a little bit. And that's a good thing. I just think it's a great looking car. Would I have one? Maybe not in my 3-car garage, probably in my 5-car garage, definitely in my 10-car garage. So everything's here for a reason. And being a Honda, it'll keep going. What's more, 4 doors, ample space to sit an adult in the back. But look at these lines. You know, I was never a big fan of the curvy bubble teardrop shaped Civic, but this comes up behind you and means business. You know, it's telling everyone, you know, Honda's back in the Type-R with a vengeance. They never really went away. But I think this one, the new Civic shape, coupled with the Type-R styling, gives them a whole new lease of life. What do you want to know about it? What is there to tell you about it? Aside from the fact it is a marvellously mad, ridiculous car, you probably really want to know about how it handles, how much space there is. I mean, the boot is massive. You know, the boot really does have a lot of space in it. You can actually go away as a family for a weekend in it. The second row seats, you know, they're not massive. They're not, you know, S-Class or even 5 Series large, but they're big enough for the type of car it is. From a technical standpoint, you've got the 2-litre VTEC turbocharged engine that puts down 320 horses to the ground, puts out 400 newton meters of torque, 0 to 62 is an impressive 5.8 seconds. Top speed is just shy of 170 mile an hour. It's 169 mile an hour. Now, that's quick. You're never going to do that in the UK, not legally. Even on a track day, you're not going to get up to that sort of speed. You need to be on a German Autobahn, really. But that's not why it can do that speed. Technology is why it can do these speeds. But you're not buying this car just for the speed. You're buying this car because it does what it does well. You're buying this car to be seeing. Everything on this car, according to Honda, is there for a reason. The vent in the bonnet draws in air. The vents just in front of the front wheels pull air into the wings, funnel it across the wheel and back out the other side. Everything's there for traction, for control. The funny little plastic things on the back of the roof, they create vortexes that go down through the rear wing and exit and give it more downforce. This car has a phenomenal amount of downforce available to it. As for handling, I've pushed it fairly hard in the wet and it just goes. At points where I know other front wheel drives I've driven would start sliding a bit or giving you a bit of understeer and that, there's nothing in this. And when it comes to the steering as well, Honda, the magicians at Honda have eliminated torque steer pretty much completely. Well, as completely as far as I can tell. No matter what you do, how hard you push that noisy thumb pedal, this stays straight. The steering wheel stays straight. It's easy to drive. The seats, to me, they seem wider than the previous incarnation, which means my hips do fit in them. You know, there's plenty of legroom. There's a phenomenal amount of headroom. You know, this is great. I could wear a hat, a bowler hat even. You know, this is the sort of thing that makes it just a bit more comfortable. The infotainment system's great. The only negative, nitpicky thing I would say about the infotainment system that I've found, give it to me for a month, 6 months, a year, I'll probably find more. But the thing that strikes me most, and it's not just something with Hondas, it's something with a lot of manufacturers out there. I want a volume dial. That's it. I want a dial for the volume. It's all right being on the steering wheel and buttons, don't mind that. But on the centre control panel, up, down for the volume, no. I want a dial. It's just a weird thing. It's a minor issue. It's got the three driving modes. When you start it up, it defaults in sport, which is in the middle. Click the switch, you can go down to comfort, which softens the shocks, softens the steering, changes the engine map slightly. Sport firms up the steering so you get a bit more feedback there, changes the throttle mapping slightly in the engine map, and again changes the shock response. And then you flick it up to the plus R, and at that point everything gets tighter, the throttle map gets far more responsive, and it's fun. It goes fast easily. The 6-speed box happily cruises, you know, at 70 miles an hour and you barely think you're idling. It's quiet for a car with this performance and this much power and at this price range. Remember, this is the top of the range Honda Civic Type-R GT and it's 32 grand. You get a lot of car for your money. The crux of it is, this is a car you can drive hard, you can drive softly. You can use it every day, but it's a Honda, which means it's highly unlikely to break down. Hondas are notorious for going forever, and I think it's a car worth having.